Yes, brothers and sisters, I hope everyone's well. Now, this is a call out for Mike Perry. Now, I'm a Mike Perry fan. I did have a couple of one-liners and a couple of jokes I was going to administer to try and ruffle some feathers, but I've thought better of it. Now, last year I was contacted by a woman from American media, and she told me she could give me some media training and she could, elevate my status in the BKFC through being loud, through being, possibly obnoxious. But I declined on that offer because, as far as I'm concerned, I'll never sell my soul for an extra few quid. Whatever's going to come to me is going to come to me anyway, and I don't need to go outside my character and pretend to be somebody else, to get what I want. This fight will either happen or it won't, and chances are it won't happen because the BKFC likely will not want their golden goose going in with somebody who isn't a star, who doesn't have that level of notoriety or stardom for that matter, especially on the level of Mike Perry. Mike Perry's becoming the face of the BKFC. But I'll fight Mike Perry in a heartbeat. And I have something that Mike Perry might want, and that is this: a legitimate BKFC title, Mike. Not that plastic pretend thing that you carry around with you, which nobody recognises as anything, apart from yourself. There's only you that really gives that belt any clout, nobody else. And I mean, the sad truth is, in this world, you might identify as the BKFC champion, but you're not. I'm a BKFC champion, and I achieved that title by beating the number one lad in this country, recognised as the number one light heavyweight in the UK, the most decorated fighter in this country, I might add. And we had a good fight and I knocked him out. But I can't take away that I am a massive Mike Perry fan. I like watching him fight. The best fight he was in was against Julian Lane. No two ways about it. Julian Lane is a tough fight for anybody. I've said all I need to say on Luke Rockhold. I don't want to say anything else. His performance was pathetic. Now, I'm not taking away anything that Luke Rockhold has achieved in MMA, but Lorenzo Hunt said it right. BKFC is not some retirement home for washed up MMA stars. Some MMA lads make the crossover to the BKFC and they do really well. Mike Perry's one of them, Lorenzo Hunt's one of them, Ben Rothwell and so on. There's a lot of them that do really well. But this isn't somewhere that you can just come and play around for a couple of paychecks, because you're going to get found out really quick. And that's exactly what happened to Luke Rockhold. Now, Mike Perry made a comment on a video of mine on the Fuse that said, "Your eye is already busted." Well, I don't know what significance or relevance that comment had. Of course, my eye is still a bit swollen. I was in a fight only 8 days ago. And it's like this, Mike. I really do believe that I'll knock you out. I think I beat you, and I think I'll knock you all over the place. And that's me not trying to be disrespectful, and that's not brash, arrogant. That's just self-confidence. That's just what I believe would happen if me and you ever shared a ring. Now, I'm not going to, build this fight up for anything more than it needs to be. This is a fight that the fans would love to see. And I know the money that you get paid is probably astronomical. I don't demand that sort of money. I'm relatively cheap, to be honest. And I'm in this game for legacy. And listen, the fight with Lorenzo Hunt is a possibility. It's a fight that I'd love to have. But from what I hear, it might not happen. But that would be a dream come true. Lorenzo Hunt is one of my bare knuckle heroes. He's like the Clubber Lang. He's like the Mr. T of the bare knuckle world. and as far as the BKFC is concerned, is the boss of all men. So if they offer me that fight, I'll take it in a heartbeat. But from what I'm hearing, you know, there could be some difficulties getting that fight over the line. So the next best thing for me, you know, is Mike Perry. Now, I'll finish it on this. Mike Perry said that in a post that he put up, that Luke didn't quit. You know, it was to do with the devastating damage that you inflicted. Well, Mike, maybe your definition of devastating is different to mine. But when it comes to a bare knuckle fight, a cracked tooth and a bust lip is not something I would describe as devastating. Devastating would be knocking somebody down or taking away their ability physically to continue, which wasn't quite what happened, was it? You know, you've got someone there who just quit, plain and simple. He was physically able to continue, but he didn't have the heart to go any further. That is exactly how it went down. So let's not dress it up as devastating damage, because it was anything but. You know, I tip my hat to you and I give you credit for that victory, but you know, let's not call it devastating damage. It's a bare knuckle fight. You know, what are these people expecting? Anyway, there's the offer, Mike Perry. I don't know what you might think of that. You know, you can take that however you please, but I'm confident I'll knock you out, and I'm quite sure this fight will never happen, because you know, you're comfortable fighting who you're comfortable fighting. But we'll see. You know, time will tell. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Bye-bye for now.